Firing a client is never easy, but in this video, we're going to talk about some strategies that will help you end the relationship on a positive note and free you from that difficult client. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring the bell to get notified each week when we post new videos. Hi, I'm Kirsten Graham with Six Figure Business Coaching, and I can tell you working with a difficult client can make you absolutely miserable. You didn't leave your 9-to-5 job to start a business to deal with clients who just cost you time and money and simply made you unhappy. You know what I'm talking about, the client that calls all the time. Or the client that just disappears and doesn't get you what you need to do your work, or is always trying to negotiate the rate. That is so incredibly frustrating. My friend John told me when he first started his business, he had a client that ticked all of those boxes. He said the client would call him on nights and weekends, but when he needed something from the client, he ghosted him. He said he was always trying to negotiate his prices and always asking him to do additional things for free. And then he didn't want to pay on time. John told me this client even called him names. He called him a stupid idiot. And he said what he's so ashamed of was he kept the client for another 2 months. He was so afraid of letting go of that client and letting go of that income. He finally said he had had enough, fired the client. He said by text, so not the most professional way to do it. But he said as soon as he let that client go, he got 2 new clients who were good clients, a great fit for him, and he was so relieved. And he's always looked back and wondered why he didn't let that client go sooner. So today, we're going to talk about some ways you can let go of a client in a very professional way and try to end the relationship on a positive note. When working with our clients, we always try to encourage them to work on the relationship with a difficult client first. Can you improve the communication? Can you turn the situation around? If you can, it's win-win for both parties. Sometimes the client simply doesn't know they're pushing boundaries, or they don't know that there are boundaries. So if you can get very clear on what you expect from the client and communicate that clearly, you can often keep that client for years and years to come. In the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a difficult client? Were you able to turn the situation around, or did you have to fire that client? So here are a few simple ways to let go of difficult clients. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the first one, and that is simply raising your prices to the point where the client leaves. Now, I know it works. I know a lot of people who use this strategy. So you just raise your prices really high and hope the client will say, sorry, I'm not paying that, bye-bye. So I have seen clients who have done that and it backfired because that difficult client just paid them more money. Now, one of my clients said to me, hey, if they want to pay me 3 times my rate, I'm willing to put up with them. I've had other clients that have said to me, oh my gosh, they agreed to the pricing and now I'm stuck with them. So sometimes raising your prices will get rid of the client. Other times you may end up stuck with that client. So that is a strategy that is often used. So another way to let a client go is just say, we've been analyzing all of our data and we've decided to take our business in a different direction. So I'm no longer going to be able to do this work for you. So that's another way. Just say our business is moving in a different direction. So that's a great way to let a client go. It isn't personal. It isn't about them. It's just you moving your business in a different direction. The third way is you can simply say, I do not think we're a good fit and we're going to need to end our business relationship. Now, you do risk the client coming back and saying, I don't understand. What do you mean? And that could put you in a position where you just need to let them know what your challenges are and why you want to terminate the relationship. This can go one of 2 ways. It can really upset them because you're often telling them what's wrong with the relationship, or it can have a positive effect. The client could come back and say, wow, I had no idea. I'm really sorry. I want to continue this relationship and I'll do better. But sometimes being direct can be the best way to go. Now, the fourth way is to say, I need to terminate our working relationship for personal reasons. So they have no idea what that means, and it can be a great way just to end the relationship on a fairly neutral note. I have to end our working relationship for some personal reasons. Some of your clients may ask why, and you can just simply say, it's really personal. I don't want to really go into it, but I've really enjoyed working with you and thank you so much for being my client. And I really appreciate all the opportunities that you gave me to serve you. Here's what's really important. No matter how you let the client go, it's really important for you to define next steps. You're in control of this and you need to make sure you transition on a very positive note in a very professional way. So you may want to say, I'm going to finish this month's work and then I'll send you an invoice. Or if you have passwords and things like that that the client may need, or let's say you have original artwork like a logo, you need to say to them, I'm going to give you this logo in all of these different files so that you have it for your record. Please note that after I give it to you, I will not be keeping it. So please make sure you put this record somewhere safe. You want to do everything you can do to define all of the next steps that have to happen in order to make the transition from letting the client go smooth and easy for you and for them. You can also recommend them to someone else. So for example, you can recommend them to one of your competitors. Or if you really feel like you know someone who will be a great fit for them, because sometimes it's just personality. You can also choose to recommend someone for the client. You could refer them to your competitors. Or if you know someone else who does exactly what you do and you think the two of them could be a good fit, definitely recommend them. I've had clients who said, I referred this person to my competition and my competition sent me a note thanking me for the client. And they're kind of laughing because they're thinking, gosh, I got rid of this problem client and now my competitor has this problem client. But you never know. They may have better intake processes. They may be more clear with how they define their boundaries. And that client could end up being an amazing client for them. So if you would like, you can recommend someone else. The last thing you want to do is take the opportunity to thank them for their business. Thank them for giving you the opportunity to work with them. Tell them how much you appreciated them. End the relationship on a very positive note and you'll look like a pro. If you'd like help starting and building a successful business, in the description below, there will be a link to book a call. I'd love to jump on a call with you and find out if there's any way that I could help you start and grow a successful business. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified each week when we post a new video. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. And until then, dream big.